This Military Makeover is brought to you by Simon.
October 10th, 2018. Hurricane Michael, one of the most destructive Category 5 storms to hit the coast of the United States of America. Its path of destruction is what brought us here to Panama City, Florida, to help rebuild the home of a Gold Star widow of a young Marine who gave his life for all of us in Afghanistan. A Marine who was an EOD specialist. EOD, Explosive Ordnance Disposal Technician. We've come here to honor the fallen, to rebuild a home, and to offer some hope for the future. Don't miss this episode of Military Makeover. It starts right now.
Here we are, Panama City Beach. We have a Gold Star widow. Her name is Cody Patron, and her husband Dan was killed in action in Afghanistan. He was an explosive ordnance disposal expert, and he was killed defusing a bomb.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
If that wasn't bad enough, Hurricane Michael comes through here in the area, and her home took a big hit. The roof is leaking, the drywall is all stained, and they had to rip out carpeting because it was, all flooded. It was just awful.
Hopefully this will be a breath of fresh air for her.
Oh, do you see what I see?
With the tarps on the roof?
Yes.
That's pretty bad. Hi! I'm Cody, nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Art.
Cody, nice to meet you.
I love
And
your
who's
dog. This is Baby.
Hi, baby.
Is she a real baby or are you an old lady?
He's an old lady.
So I hear you have some issues from the hurricane.
I have a lot
I'm
of
like,
issues.
let's get straight to the point.
I do. So let me show you around.
Okay,
Right?
Water.
A lot of water.
Yes, and just know our reactions are done with love, and we know you've been living with it, and we want to help you through this. Wow. Here's the great thing, we're coming to help. I love that you're still smiling, because what can you do?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, girl.
My roof, my fence, the flooring, drywall, pretty much everything in my house right now is a disaster zone.
I'm noticing some cool rock and roll skulls and things. Are you into
I
music?
am a biker chick.
Are you? You like
am.
rock and roll?
I do. And I'd love to have a rocker feel, because I'm kind of a rocker chick.
My brain is on fire, dreaming up what we're going to do. So of course we see the water damage has come into here, and I have a feeling this is gonna be an area we get a lot of love to it, but I can't tell you what I'm even thinking because I want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
You're just cooler than this kitchen, and we're gonna show that.
Whatever they do is going to be better than anything that I have right now and anything that I could imagine. So I'm super excited and I can't wait. Okay, let's go to my bedroom.
Yay. Okay. This is a nice size room.
Thank you.
I instantly noticed popcorn ceilings. How do you want your bedroom to feel?
Just cozy, something where I can get away.
That's very healthy, actually. And you need some me time.
Cody, you know what I'm not seeing, though, is a master closet. Where do you keep all your stuff?
That's headed towards the bathroom. That way.
What's going on with the walls here?
It was wallpaper, someone painted over it, so when the moisture got in, it started peeling off.
I'm asking about the closets because Simon is signed on to give you a whole bunch of great wardrobe items, but there's a catch to this. It's out of state, and I understand you don't like to fly.
I don't. I've never flown. I am deathly afraid
You've
of
never
flights.
flown in an
Never,
airplane?
Never.
Well, I think I'll get to do that adventure with your sister.
Yes.
And spare you the trauma. Ultimately, you just want it to be calming and relaxing.
Yes, my getaway.
Yeah. If you were to prioritize parts in your house that you're like, just at least do this, what would you say?
I would want my daughter's room done.
Well, then let's go see her room because I want her opinion on paint colors.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go.
Okay, Layla, you're the only person who gets to have a say on what they really want. What do you wish your room to be like?
That kind of color.
That kind of color.
Like the ocean.
Are you an ocean girl? Yes. Okay, so what do you wish for in your room?
A dolphin.
Dolphins. I love dolphins. Anything else?
Turtles.
Turtles. So you like ocean animals. You're awesome. Thank you. This is going to be easy.
Cody's husband, Marine Sergeant Dan Patron, was killed in Afghanistan in 2011 while disarming an improvised explosive device. Cody is preserving Dan's memory in her home.
What would you say that you'd go, I'd want people to know this about Dan?
Dan was always smiling. You just can't forget that smile that he had on his face with a positive attitude.
I want to make sure that he is very prominent still and a part of your story, because he's always going to be a part of your story.
Of course.
And we will keep it feeling happy and heartfelt.
Good, good.
I feel like I know what you like. I feel like light and airy with a punk edge.
Yes.
We will honor Dan and his sacrifice, and then we will also give you the hug and new beginning.
You never think that something like this could happen to you. Same with Dan's death. You never think it's gonna happen to you, but it can. Same with this makeover. It's something you don't think would ever happen to you, but it is, and it's something great, and I'm so excited.
Coming up, J-Dog Junk Removal, along with volunteers from the EOD Warrior Foundation, prepare Cody's house for our makeover. And we visit Dan Patron's family in Canton, Ohio, where Dan is remembered and honored as a hometown hero.
There's not a day that goes by where I don't think, what it would be to have him here.
Our partners from J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling do it all for us. Besides debris removal, they've stepped up for the critical job of helping pack and move Cody out for the makeover.
My house is in shambles right now, and I needed this help so much. The EOD community and the J-Dog family, they are amazing. They just got in here and they're busting their butts.
I'm a retired Navy veteran, 21 years, 5 years in the Seabees, and then 16 years in Naval Special Warfare. So anytime that I can be part of something where we can give back, I can give back, it's just phenomenal. There's a high percentage of the furniture that we get from residential cleanouts that we donate to veterans in need. One of the groups that we've partnered up, an organization, 5-Star Veteran Center, they house up to 40 homeless vets. It's a phenomenal facility up in Jacksonville. We've hired some of those guys. When they get back on their feet and they're able to get an apartment, sometimes a house, they come in our warehouse. Anything they see that they want, we just put their name on it and it's theirs.
While J-Dog and the volunteers get the heavy lifting done, I get the assignment to pick up an amazing donation for Cody.
I'm headed to Carvana, where you can buy a vehicle totally online and you go pick it up at one of their awesome car vending machines. And Carvana is providing Cody with an amazing vehicle. Noelle?
Hey, Art, how are you? Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So nice to finally meet you.
Well, thank you for having me here and for being a part of our show. We're going to hear all about your process with Carvana and the actual vehicle that you guys are donating to Cody and her family. But what was it about her story and her family's sacrifice that made Carvana want to be a part of our show?
As a company, we truly believe in treating people better. Hearing Cody's story, we were honored and thrilled to be a part of your show and truly just give a car to a family who's in need.
But you don't have to be a Military Makeover recipient family to benefit from Carvana business.
Absolutely. So Carvana is an all-online used car retailer. So from search, purchase to finance, you find the vehicle you want from the comfort of your own home, and you have the ability to get it delivered to your driveway, or you can come pick it up from one of our coin-operated car vending machines. We can go ahead and vend Cody's Toyota Sienna. I've got a coin for you here. Yeah, if you want to walk over here with me, we'll go to this machine right here.
Just right here in the slot?
Yep, you got it.
That's a cool sound effect.
Yeah, so as you can hear and see, your vehicle's being vended right now.
That is cool. Well, looks like it's ready to go.
Let's go check it out. Go ahead and
Those
check
for
it out.
me?
Yes, those
Awesome.
are for you. Go ahead
Look
and check
at
it out.
this.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
You've got that leather
seats.
interior.
Yeah,
You
love
got it. Looks like we've got a touch screen in there as well.
They are just gonna love this. Thanks.
Take care.
See you later.
Some of the most important voices to hear in this story are those of Sergeant Dan Patron's family in Canton, Ohio. We met them in the house Dan grew up in the town where he's memorialized as a hero. Dan's brother Matt has generously shared pieces of his own documentary film about the brother he wants his children to know and the world to never forget.
He had a very infectious personality, and if you were, with him for any period of time, it would bleed into you.
Tire irons. Okay.
He liked to surprise you. He was always willing to go the extra mile for a laugh.
I don't care who you were, Danny was your friend.
Danny joined the Marine Corps during his senior year of high school.
He didn't want to join the Marine Corps band, but that's how he got in the Marine Corps.
Even though it was a passion of his, it was an easier way to ultimately get to that place that he wanted to be.
Looking back now, I think he always knew that he wasn't going to stay in the Marine Corps band.
He always wanted to be doing more. That's what ultimately led him to do the EOD. I don't know if he saw some of the EOD guys doing their activity, but he was like, I really want to do this.
High School, out in front, his face is on the actual memorial. There's a plaque there, a bench. If you go down from the school a little ways, you would see the turn to get to the cemetery where he's buried, and that was a request by Dan to be buried in his hometown. Coming out of the drive from the cemetery, it takes you onto the stretch of road that's named after Dan. All, a tribute to him.
How do I live 26 more years knowing what I've known for these first 26? And that's why I initially chose to put that documentary together. So, our kids would know about him, because the scariest thing is forgetting or not knowing the name of a man who did so much. Dan disarmed hundreds of explosives, so who knows how many lives he saved. And I just, someday want my kids to know that their uncle, my brother, did those things. He was a protector, first and foremost. That's what I want people to know about Dan. He was a joyful human being. And I miss him every day. There's not a day that goes by where I don't think, what it would be to have him here.
Coming up.
I heard the knock, so I looked out the kitchen window and I saw them standing there in uniform.
Montel is meeting with Cody Patron and will be joined by Sergeant Johnny Morris, Dan Patron's teammate, to more fully understand the service and sacrifice required of those in the military and their families, those with the job of explosive ordnance disposal. EOD.
Cody.
Hi.
Thank you so much for letting Military Makeover honor you and your family this way. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You know what, for us at Military Makeover to be able to give this gift to a Gold Star widow, it's touched the heart of every single one of our crew members, everybody.
Thank you.
Your husband, Sergeant Dan Patron, when you met him, was he an EOD tech then or had already transitioned over?
He was an EOD tech.
He was an EOD tech. What went through your mind? I'm getting ready to get involved with a guy who works with bombs.
You know, I didn't really know what EOD was at first until I started hanging around him more and his friends and finally learned exactly what he did.
Make us understand how you felt when you know he got orders.
It's absolutely heart-wrenching because you don't know.
Prior to Danny's accident, his team member, who's Johnny Morris, is another sergeant, unfortunately found 6 IEDs on a farm, and the 7th one, Johnny stepped on.
Right.
When you found out some of the details about the fact that Dan had done everything possible to help save Johnny's life, you had to be proud.
I'm always proud.
Oh, wow, Johnny, how you doing?
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, we were just talking about you, my friend.
Yeah.
This is Johnny Morris, who was Danny's teammate.
Yes, sir, we were teammates.
Teammates, okay, yeah. I mean, the two of you were on a call to go and help remove IEDs from a farmer's property, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would identify where each one of the IEDs was, and then you would explode them.
We would clear where the Marines are gonna be working, and then if you found something, you would take care of it, but we didn't really go looking for IEDs, because every one you walk up to could be the last one you work on.
You had both collectively identified 6 of them, right?
Yes, sir. We wanted to get rid of everything at once, and we didn't have enough det cord. So I was walking over to the squad leader. He said, hey, I got det cord, you guys come over and we'll give it to you. So I was walking over to him and just
stepped on one.
Missed lucky number 7.
This thing blew you into the air.
It tore both legs up pretty well. The left one, my left boot, when I was flying through the air, you know, I could see it was gone. So I was like, well, you know, I got to do some pretty serious work as soon as I hit the ground. When Dan got over to me, he put a tourniquet on my left leg. He was like, you know, your stomach is open. So I'm bleeding from everywhere. And he's like, you're gonna be all right. You know, I never worried that I was gonna die. We did a lot of training together, and I'd seen him work. I know he's cool as a cucumber, always was. And I wasn't worried about dying. I was more worried about leaving him. That is really what bothers me still. He carried me onto the helicopter, and last thing he ever said to me face to face was, I love you, man.
You were back home helping to keep Natalie, his future wife, in a state where she could continue on. And then you hear what happens on August 6th. And how did you find out?
The Marine Corps had some guys show up at my door around 7 in the morning. I heard the knock, so I looked out the kitchen window and I saw them standing there in uniform, and it didn't cross my mind. I was like, what are they doing here? Maybe they got the wrong house. And then I opened the door and yeah, they told me that Danny was killed. People say as time goes on, it gets easier. I won't say it gets easier, but you learn to keep pushing forward.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for letting us know and reminding us, you know, how special Gold Star families are and how special soldiers like you are, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm gonna take a little break. Military Makeover will be back right after this. You know, the time has come right now where thank you for your service, and saying that to a soldier that we see passing by isn't enough. We all have to sacrifice a little bit of ourselves. Give something back. Give a little bit of your time. Give a little bit of your effort, but give something to those who have sacrificed so much for us. We're here in Panama City as it rebuilds from Hurricane Michael. We're rebuilding the home of a Gold Star widow of a young Marine who gave his life for us in Afghanistan. Make sure you tune in to the next Military Makeover.
Tune in to the next episode and follow this incredible remodeling project and much more with Montel.